Hi, so this is part 4 of Take Your Throne, and I've been having some computer issues, so couldn't do my Facebook Live like normal to give you guys the information. So this really is a crucial part of taking your throne. We talked about kind of figuring out your position, but this part is about what I call taking your vows, which means what are you committing to? When you really want to start that business, what are you committing to do? And a lot of times people make a general statement and say, oh, yeah, I'm just going to start my business. But what does that mean? We've got to break this down and tease it apart. And I think that's the piece where people get hung up and what stops them from being successful and really progressing in their business because they don't tease out the little pieces. And it can be overwhelming if you don't know all the moving parts that need to come in place, and especially if you don't plan for them beforehand. So that's what this part is about. What are you committing to? So let's break that down. You have this big picture of what you want to do with your business. So that's the first part, that you're committing to say, yes, I'm going to see this through. I'm going to get it done, right? That's the first part. The other pieces are how. How are you going to get it done? And all of those pieces you have to commit to. And one of the things I find, especially with female entrepreneurs, is one of the things to get your business done is marketing. And there's going to be pieces in your marketing that you may not want to do, that you may not know how to do or figure out. You're going to have to commit to that too, because that's going to take a special level of commitment, especially if you're afraid of being visible, if maybe you're afraid of video, you're afraid of technology. So that's going to take a different level of commitment, because you can say all day, oh yeah, I want to get my business done, I'm committed to that. But then when it comes to sitting down, maybe at your desk or at a table, and you're trying to figure out, how do I spread the word? Then you get all scared and we get like, oh crap, I've actually got to do this other stuff. So the commitment comes on more than just the level of committing to the business, but the pieces it takes to actually run the business, the pieces it takes to be successful. You've got to commit to each of those individually as well. So you've got to spend time on marketing, however you're going to create your marketing plan. You've got to spend time on how to set up the business. What do you want it to look like? Do you want to build a business that's online? Do you want to build a business that's in person? Or do you want to do some combination of that? So you've got to spell out that part as well, and then tease it out and commit to that. Don't flounder so much back and forth. Make the commitment, saying, okay, I'm going to do this. So, and then there's writing you have to do, some form of writing, whether it's, if you're having a website these days, you always need a presence of a website because people will look you up. So you need a website or some kind of page where people can find you, if that's social media, whatever that is. So there's going to be some writing. So you've got to commit to doing that. And then if you have an email list, then you've got to commit to communicating with your email list. So all of those take individual commitments, because what happens with people is they make a commitment for their business and they forget to make a commitment to those other things. And then they wonder why their business isn't working, because they haven't done the work in those other areas. They kind of put it off. Oh, I'll do that next week, or I'll do that next week. And they haven't made a commitment. So the other piece of making a commitment, when you figure out the pieces that you need to start with, is setting up a time frame, and with that. So let's take, for example, the piece I talked about, online business, offline business, or both. You need to set a commitment. Like if you're saying, well, I'm going to try an online business, you need to make a time commitment. Can't be a week, can't be 2 days, can't be a month, because that's not really a good enough or a long enough time to try it out. So you need to make a time commitment and stick to it. I don't mean like 5-year commitment or a year commitment, but how about 3 to 6 months? Somewhere in there, that you're making a commitment to try something out, because during that time frame, you're going to tweak, you're going to re-examine, you're going to find some other resources, you might find even other tools to help you out with online. So you really need to make the commitment. Same if you were doing offline, it's the same thing. So you need to put a time frame on all of these things when you decide, even your marketing. Let's say you decide to do videos. You've got to make a time commitment to that. Okay, I'm going to do these videos for 3 to 6 months, and pick one. Don't say 3 to 6 months. Pick an exact time frame, and then do it and stick to it. Because the first month it may bomb, and you'll be like, oh, I don't want to do this, it bombed. That's not enough time to really test out something for your business. That's kind of new, and you're building momentum and all of that. So you need to give that time. So you have to set time commitments as well. The other thing that's different with being an entrepreneur, and what I call you have to step into when it comes to taking your throne, is that you have to be the one to get it done. And when you face a problem, you don't say, oh, this is a problem. No, what you should be saying is, well, how am I going to get it done? My marketing, how am I going to get it done? I need people to interact with me. How am I going to get that done? And you need to figure out a way and make a plan and commit to that plan. You see the theme? We got to commit. So there's commitments over and over again that you're going to make in your business. And a lot of people, I think, just kind of surface over that. Oh yeah, I'm committed to the business. But you've got to commit to the smaller pieces too. Because if you don't, it's not going to work. Because a business is built step by step, sometimes inch by inch. It's not sort of these big chunks of things. It's the little things that you do on a regular basis that's really going to build this business. That's really going to help you be able to actually take this throne and feel like, okay, I'm owning this. This is actually viable. This is a really profitable and successful business. So you've got to look at those pieces. That this is such a crucial piece. And I separated it out for a reason, because I think people fluff over it. And I think they don't realize the level of commitment. So if you're ready to take this piece and you're ready to build this business and you're in the beginning, and maybe you haven't done some of these pieces, go back and do it. But if you're just beginning, start out this way. I'm telling you, oh my gosh, it will make it so much easier. I don't want you guys to make the mistakes I've made. Telling you, if you make the commitment, if you map this out and you see, okay, what does my marketing need to be look like? What does my writing need to be? You know, how do I get people on my mailing list? How do I build a list? How do I do all of these things? And you write this out as a plan and you take it step by step. You really will feel like that queen or king sitting on that throne, like, I've got this. I can be of service. I can do this service. And your business is a service to other people. But if you don't do this beforehand, you're going to be in the middle of your business and you're going to be overwhelmed. And you may even just stop because it seems too hard or too difficult. But I'm telling you, if it's in your heart, it's not too hard, it's not too difficult. It's a matter of finding your way. It's a matter of figuring out what works for you and getting it done. Making the commitment. I can't say that enough, because we wallow and we whoosh around and we're like, yeah, later, yeah, whatever. Well, that's not a commitment. That's a thought. It's a dream. It's a hope. It's not a business. It's not a commitment. Either you're in or you're not. Halfway in, halfway out does not make a business, and definitely does not make profit. That's for sure. It does not make a profit. So you get to choose. What are you committing to? And as you grow and your business grows, it's going to change what you commit to. But always make sure that you've made that commitment first, because when you do and you honor yourself by keeping your commitment, things will run smoother. They will absolutely run smoother. You will have a plan. You will have a base to go to. You won't feel like scattered all over the place. Like, what do I do? Where do I go? You'll have something to fall back on. You'll have a plan of saying, okay, this is what I said I would do. I'm doing this, and I have until this time to do it and test it out and look at it and see. So really, really take the time to make the commitment. It's so important. It's going to be so crucial to your success and in making this entrepreneurship journey easier for yourself. If you guys have any question about anything I've said, please, by all means, message me. You can message me, below the video, or you can private message me. It's fine. But really make the commitment. If this is something that's in your heart and you feel a longing to do, you deserve it. and the people that you're here to serve deserve it as well because they need it. They're waiting for you to get this done and make your commitment so that they can get this service that they've been longing for. Have a great, great week, and I will see you guys back next week for part 5. Take care. Bye.